So today I want to talk about the things that I wish I would have known before I started my entrepreneur journey and before I decided to pursue a music career. Yo, what's up? This is 1228 The Great. First things first, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I want to thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. One thing that sticks out to me, I think I would have learned the value of building a team earlier. I would have loved to have had people that I can work and collaborate with on a consistent basis. Like, I've collaborated with people, I've done different things, but I haven't had anything substantial to be able to build a long-term, or at least for that particular term of need and service, to have those resources of people. So I would have definitely invested more time into building a network of photographers, people that did social media, people that just had more skill and access to things that I didn't. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually am a jack of all trades, so I know how to do multiple things. I can wear multiple hats. I'll definitely talk about that in a different video. But I was all in on everything, like every little thing. Like, literally, I was my producer, my engineer. I recorded my own self, like literally, just like I'm making this video. And that's kind of a struggle too, recording myself. That's the whole thing. But I did my own artwork. I did my own pictures. I did my own, you name it. Like, I did it, my website, my merchandise. When I sold merchandise, I would ship it. You know, I would make the designs. I would do the most. Okay, so I would have definitely, if I can go back to my older self, I would have said, listen, you may have these skills to do some of these things, but you're going to exhaust yourself by trying to do all of these things, the marketing, the creative. Like, find people that can help and assist with that. So that would have been a very helpful thing. Another thing I would say, I wish I would have known about credit. Because most of the music business is based off of credit to start with, right? So even if you think of the concept of a record label, if you sign to a record label, they give you something called an advance, which you have to pay back. So let's just say, for example, that advance is for $100,000. They give you this $100,000. Now your purpose is to now make a product, an album, single, music videos, etc. Make a product, and now the label is going to distribute this product, radio, stores, online, etc., so people can purchase this product. And the goal is for everybody to make profit. So now, of course, the record label wants to get their initial $100,000 that they loaned to you back, right? Because they gave you a loan, granted. And now, once you reach that threshold, then it's supposed to be a split based off of, you know, a percentage of what each, you know, entity, the record label, an artist or manager or record, you know, whatever, or sub label, however the deal is constructed. The goal is for the profit to be made from the initial investor, which is the record label, and then they split whatever surplus with the investee, I guess. I don't even know if that's a word, but the investee or the artist, let's say. Now, most of the times the labels usually create deals to where you don't get a big percentage of the profits, because they look at it as, well, we put the initial investment and we want to capitalize off of, you know, the investment that we made. So I wish I would have known about credit, like just basic levels. Like, it would have been a lot easier for me to do certain things that, like, just if I had just like a simple credit card for like $500, like just something as basic as that, I could have literally just utilized my credit, so I didn't have to worry about having the cash on hand, so I can produce CDs or create merchandise, and then I can go sell it, and then I can pay off the credit, and then I can also make profit. So I wish I would have known about that, because there was a point where I was just like, oh, I only want to deal with cash. I don't want to deal with credit. I was very ignorant at the time. But like, let's be real. Like, this country is ran basically off of credit for the most part. And if you do it right, now I'm not saying like I would have taken my credit cards and I would have maxed them out because I wanted to buy Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. But no, like just literally investing into business credit and things like that would have been very helpful to get access to funding. And to segue into that, I also would have actually like legitimized my business earlier, like creating an LLC, open up lines of credit for my business instead of doing everything under my name. I think it's very important for startups to get your paperwork right, to copyright your music, to make sure you're collecting your royalties from the royalty companies like BMI, ASCAP, things like that. Like those are very important things. But again, if you are the artist and you're trying to also be the manager, and you're also trying to be the record label and executive, and you're also trying to be the investor, man, it's very difficult. So the way that I approached it was, I was working at a restaurant at the time, and what I did was I told myself was I was gonna save every other check. So what I did was I saved every other check. So 1 week I get paid, the next week I got paid, that would be for saving. So during that time when I was working at the restaurant, I was putting in my hours, I was working, saving up, and I had my eyes focused on getting my studio equipment. So that was my laptop, my microphone, my interface, my speakers. Like I was investing in my equipment because in my mind I was like, okay, it's going to be very expensive to pay for studio time over and over again. So let me figure out how can I just eliminate that expense and be able to record at home. So that was something that I was thinking about during that time, which was a good idea. However, I think it would have also been a lot more helpful again if I would have had credit so I can get the equipment. I could have put the equipment, utilized credit to get that, so I could have got all of my items that I needed. Then I can make a project, and then I can put out my project, and then once I distribute my project and I get love and support and people purchase and things like that, and I perform and I sell merchandise, now I can now go ahead and pay those things off. So that would have been something that I would have I wish I would have known. But again, hindsight is 2020. So I definitely would have approached those things way differently. I would have definitely gotten credit way faster. I would have legitimized my business also for the tax benefits, because that's another thing. Like when you actually run a business, it costs to run a business. So you have to pay for things like travel. You have to pay for things like your phone, utilities and things like that. And those things can be written off in your taxes. Didn't know that. That's what I wish I would have known. Like I said, I can go on and on and on and on about what I wish, but I know a lot of these things now, and these videos that I'm making now are for the people that are me 10 years ago that wants to get started and want to do this thing DIY style, do it yourself. Or even if you want to build a team, it'll be helpful to at least be able to hire people, right? It'll be great if you have some capital so you can hire an engineer and hire a videographer, hire somebody to do your social media, hire somebody to do these things, and you can pay them per service, or depending on the relationship, like they could be full-time, part-time, or just case by case. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you are an artist that has been putting out music and putting out content for a period of time, I would love to know what you think. If you're a new artist, what are some things that you are taking into consideration as you start your journey? What information are you taking on that you can utilize? Let me know. Meet me in the comments. Let's talk about it. Until next time, I'm 1228 the Great. This is Still Standing Enterprises. Spread love.